Now, welcome back to the Manny Pacquiao Hour. Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey, this is Rachel. And so I was wondering, Rachel, who do you think Manny Pacquiao should fight next? Who do you want to see Manny Pacquiao fight next?
Well, that's really interesting. How funny would it be since Spence is fighting Garcia if Crawford tried to get a fight with Pacquiao and just overshadowed whatever Spence was doing, because that would just be huge, right?
The ultimate troll job. Now, Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford were allegedly in talks to fight before Pacquiao left for PBC Waters. Of course, now that he signed with PBC, that fight probably wouldn't happen. It probably wasn't going to happen before, because I don't think Pacquiao at this point in his career would take a fight that dangerous. That's maybe the most dangerous fight for Manny Pacquiao is Terence Crawford or Earl Spence, one of those two. But with the least amount of upside in that Terence Crawford hasn't been able to sell pay-per-view to save his life, right? So it'd be all Manny Pacquiao. So if I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but I'm saying that it would be smart for Manny Pacquiao to wait until Crawford or even Earl Spence. Now, Earl Spence is a lot further along the way, but builds a huge fan base, and then put those two fan bases together, and then he can live inside a boat full of money. A boatload of money.
Okay. But Pacquiao isn't getting younger. You know?
Yeah, he doesn't
have an infinite amount of time to just have these long drawn out plans for.
So it seems like Danny Garcia is going to fight Earl Spence next. That's what they announced after the fight. So we assume that those two guys are off the table.
But aside from that,
holy crap! You know what a fight I would like to see? I would like to see Manny Pacquiao versus Sean Porter. And
I was going to say that, why not? We just saw Porter fight Spence.
Man, Porter is exactly, first of all.
And you know what I said 3/4 of the way through that fight? I turned to you and I said, I'm not so sure Spence could beat Pacquiao anymore. When I saw how he fought with Porter.
Who knows? But I know that Sean Porter is a guy that definitely deserves a big fight. I mean, you could make a good argument that he should have won the Spence fight. Not a great argument. You can make a good argument. I think that the scores turned in were just about right. But at the same time, he's also been in other close fights. He barely lost a decision to Keith Thurman in a fight that had they only scored the last 8 rounds of the fight, he would have won. Or he defeated Danny Garcia in a fight that he barely won the score too. So what I'm saying is he's an elite welterweight. I love Sean Porter. I think he brings a lot to the table. He almost beat Earl Spence. I think he would give Terence Crawford some problems too. Here's the thing about the way Sean Porter fights, though. That's not how you beat Manny Pacquiao. You do not beat Manny Pacquiao by moving towards him and trying to rough him up. Now, you could argue, Rachel, that Jeff Horn, a bigger welterweight, well, that's hard for me because Jeff Horn didn't really win that fight. He got the controversial decision. He didn't win that fight. So I don't know. It would have been an interesting fight. I tell you, somebody in that fight's getting knocked out because I could see a situation where, kind of like Sean Porter did to Paulie Malignaggi wasn't near the fighter Manny Pacquiao was, but same in that he's smaller naturally than Porter, younger or older than Porter, and Porter just ran right over him because he was too physical. I would love to see Manny Pacquiao try to deal with Sean Porter's physicality.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun fight, and why not? And it's two named opponents, in what I mean by that is I don't really have a desire to see Pacquiao fight people that I haven't heard of.
You don't want to see Manny Pacquiao versus Josecito Lopez. We love Josecito Lopez, but you're saying you want him to have already been world title holders that have built-in fan bases, like you could argue Sean Porter does. Keith Thurman did, and he just beat him. Similar, at least to the level of Keith Thurman, who had made a name for himself in sport. Great.
I remember when it was announced for Pacquiao Horn, I was like,
who? Huh? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, then it turns out, he
got robbed in that. I'm never gonna say, just like with the first Tim Bradley fight, he got robbed in both those fights.
Yeah.
And I'm not the guy who throws around that term.
Yeah, but I mean, if not Sean Porter, then who? If Pacquiao's still fighting.
So yeah.
Then who?
I don't know. So obviously, there's also Mikey Garcia has expressed interest in that fight. I'm interested in that fight because Mikey Garcia.
What's Mikey Garcia doing with his career?
I don't know, but as long as
you're too young to be just going out there on a.
As long as that fight's at welterweight, let's make it happen because I think Pacquiao has the advantage.
People like Pacquiao do. You're at the end of your career. You're already a Hall of Fame. You're surefire. Everything. You have your legacy, and then you're I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Why is Mikey Garcia acting like that? That's what I see.
Mikey Garcia is daring to be great, and he thinks he can beat Pacquiao. He also is letting beat. So I think it's a close fight. I think Pacquiao would be favored. There's another name that interests me as well, and I know that you've lobbied hard for this before. Manny Pacquiao versus Amir Khan. Yeah, I think that would be great because that would be fun to watch. There'd be two super fast fighters throwing punches at a bazillion miles per hour, and then Mirkan gets knocked out.
There's no way I lobbied for that.
I would totally watch that fight, and I think that give
I'll
Amir
watch
Khan
it,
credit for always going and
but
trying to take on the toughest opponents.
I think
Love
Porter deserves it.
Yeah, I think Porter deserves that. And
If Porter wants this fight,
I
then
think
that guy
aesthetically
deserves it.
speaking, that's a really interesting, fun fight. The elephant in the room is Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if Floyd Mayweather's going to come back, but if he does, he should fight Manny Pacquiao. That's the only person he should fight. Unless
Yeah, that's just like a given, and like I'm not gonna
you don't even want to talk about
waste
it.
my breath
Wasting
on.
our air
How
on
many
that.
years did we talk about? You know, for the first fight. I don't. Life is short, Kelsey. I can't waste my good, precious time talking about Mayweather Pacquiao.
Well, it's never a waste of your time to come and listen to us waste our time by talking about Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao not happening. What? We thank you for your support.
We're not going to talk about that.
Right, exactly. We're going to thank you for your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow.